New York's immigrants are worried. President Trump is ramping up deportations and these protesters are vulnerable.
Que el Alto está despierto, que el Alto está aquí y el Alto va a luchar para los derechos humanos de todos nosotros aquí en este país.
Mirna, who came here 2 years ago from Mexico, has 2 daughters. They're terrified that they'll have to leave their home here.
No quiero pensar en ese día. En mi mente hay solamente una cosa de proteger a mis hijas.
And in this city, which calls itself a sanctuary city, there are more and more people who want to help. Nonprofits like the Northern Manhattan Immigration Coalition provide services to the undocumented. The demand for aid is greater than ever.
Can I take this one, Maria?
Para la residencia.
Okay.
So the city has increased free legal aid to unauthorized migrants.
¿Necesita ayuda, mi amor?
Sort of the moment and the climate that we're in, we have been looking at sort of what community needs are and what the most important thing is to do in response to some expanded federal policies around deportation prioritization and an increase in fear and concern of communities.
So immigrant rights activists have been looking to City Hall for help. The mayor's office is planning to spend over $30 million in the newest budget towards free legal aid for the undocumented. But not everyone is satisfied with the amount or the fact that the city only helps people threatened with deportation. What that means for people like Mirna, who came here illegally but are not currently facing deportation, may not benefit from these funds.
And there's no free legal services really available for people doing kind of affirmative, I came here at this point, I have this situation going on, or I'm married to this person, or I have a child that is this. There's only the private bar to go through. And that can be prohibitively expensive.
For Mirna, all of this boils down to one thing.
Para que nuestras descendientes no deban vivir lo mismo que estamos viviendo nosotros.
When you get introduced to someone and it's just like, how tall are you? And you're like, oh, okay, my name's Eric, I'm glad you care about, who I am and you want to know more about me.
How tall are you? Oh my God, you're tall. Is your mom tall? Is your dad tall? It's just irritating.
Do you play basketball?
One is if I play basketball, because I'm absolutely no good at basketball.
Did you play basketball? What sports did you play, and did you play basketball?
Oh, you're really tall. You must play basketball. And I'm like, well, no, I actually play the saxophone.
The Brooklyn College Bulldogs finished their 2016 season off the way they envisioned it. After losing in the CUNY championship in 2015, they returned to secure the crown for the first time in 6 years.
That whole road to the title was just an amazing experience. We went through so many ups and downs, injuries, and just things within the team, and worked so hard, and just finally to get that championship after it eluded us a year before, losing it in double overtime, and especially being Baruch in the championship game. It was just amazing.
Dating back to centuries ago, teams have had trouble repeating and faced the difficulties of their success.
What happens in a situation where a team has to try and repeat is that once they win the first time, they get drunk on the power, of winning, and they fall apart.
With a new roster including 10 newcomers and 3 of their 6 returners down with injury, Brooklyn has to now face what we call the hangover of winning.
Bullseye's on our back. Everyone's coming after us because they know that we were there and they want what we had. And we want to get back. We want to get it again. Some of these guys, only a few of us have been there before. Everyone else wants a taste of what we've already achieved. And I would want to get back there again and win it all again because the feeling is just amazing.
Right now, I think the team is not doing as good as they should because they have 6 players out with injuries this point in the year. But I think that the team could turn it around once everyone gets healthy. It is a rebuilding year, and I accept that. When you have 9 seniors and win the CUNY championship, you're not going to be good the next year. We had very few juniors. So this is a chance for McAuliffe to start building his own system again, recruiting players. But, we're going to have to work on it.
Over the last 25 years, there has only been 5 repeat CUNY champions. Brooklyn will have to persevere through their early season challenges in order to reclaim their title.
It's going to be hard. I mean, there's no question. There are some really good teams, in our league, and it's just a question of finding the chemistry at the right time, playing well together, and playing within yourself. And when you get to the playoffs, it's one of those things where anything can happen, and it's how you're playing getting into the playoffs. If you're starting to play some good basketball, the end of February, then you never know what's going to happen. So we're staying positive. Our record is not the greatest right now, but I'm not looking at the record. I'm looking at what we're trying to achieve each day in practice and where we're going, and I'm proud of where we are.
For the New York City News Service, I'm Stefan Anderson.
Frontier.